Steve Weston.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they are. Okay.
They are. I knew that.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
No. I just. It's all good.
Okay. And they have their reading? Did they see their reading? Let me just make sure.
Okay.
She's a senior in your Aurora. I've known her since she was a newborn. So in Coral Springs.
Wow. Feel old.
The trials and tribulations.
It's so weird that actually here on home. Why is everyone sitting here instead of coming in for?
I know. I'm going to strum, but you lead them to their feet. Actually, I'll just...
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to begin in your gold prayer book on page 3.
דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. Try that with me. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. מי זאת עולה מן המדבר, מי זאת עולה מן המדבר, מי זאת עולה מן המדבר, מי זאת עולה מן המדבר. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. מכותרת מור מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה דודי לי. מכותרת מור מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. ליבבתיני אחותי כלה, ליבבתיני אחותי כלה. ליבבתיני אחותי כלה, ליבבתיני אחותי כלה. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי ואני לא הרואה, בשושנים דודי לי.
We read together in the middle of page 4. Our sages teach, wherever 10 Jews live, they must set up a building where they can come together to pray. Such a place is called a Beit Knesset, a house of assembly, a synagogue. And so we learn, wherever 10 gather in prayer, the divine presence is among them. There is holiness in community, for in community we meet the Holy One. Hine ma tov, how good it is to be together, how good to gather as one people before our God, who cherishes the uniqueness of each soul. Hine ma tov, precious is the gift of community, blessed the joy of our gathering. Cantor and I chose this reading to begin tonight's service because this is truly a Shabbat of community, a Shabbat where we celebrate the joy of our gathering. This weekend, we're going to celebrate many things as a congregational community. Tonight, we will install our new board, the leaders of our congregation who work together with us in sacred partnership. And tomorrow morning, we'll celebrate as Asher Bograd and Marin Bograd become B'nai Mitzvah. And of course, we're using our gold prayer book because we're currently in the month of Elul, which means there's a few weeks left until the days of Awe, our holiest season. And so there's so much here that we are celebrating, so much to create joy within our community. So we invite us to continue with Psalm 27 on page 8, which is a text that we do commonly read during this time of year, during this season in our calendar. Psalm 27, middle of the page. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Just one thing I have asked of God, only this do I seek, to dwell in God's house all the days of my life, to behold divine sweetness and beauty, and to gaze in delight at God's temple. And we know this will truly be a Shabbat of delight for everyone. And speaking of delight and celebration, we are very glad to call up the Bograd family to kindle our Shabbat lights for us, and we can join them on pages 10 and 11.
A day devoted to peace.
Peace within my soul.
On this day, I have everything I need.
Peace with those around me.
On this day, I seek no quarrel or strife.
Peace of earth and sky, green trees, quiet water.
I give thanks to those that I am present in this world.
I celebrate the miracle of existence,
The breath within me, the beating of my heart.
the love that blesses my life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
Thank you, B'nai Mitzvah family. We'll see you in a little bit. We continue on page 14 with more words from Psalms. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Let us all sing together a new song to God.
Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
Bottom of page 21. Two angels follow me home, chesed and givurah, kindness and judgment, love and discipline. May both dwell within me, gentleness and generosity that expand my soul, firmness and self-restraint, the strength to say no. On this day of shalom, may I be shalem, well-balanced and whole. We continue with Lechad Odi on page 22.
Lechadodi lekrakala yalala 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 Chere Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi lekrakala yalala 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 Chere Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemo tiferet v'lifila Lechadodi likrakala yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrakala yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'lecha Ki mekor ha'racha Merosh mikadem nezucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila Lechadodi likrakala yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrakala yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela hitorevi, kimba orve, kumi orvi, uri, shir daberi, kibot Adonai, alayich nikla. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
We rise in body or spirit.
Boi v'shalom, materet balai. Gam misimcha u'zola toch emunei am sigula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
We remain standing and turn to page 26. We read together in the middle of the page. I orient myself to the east, facing the land of Israel. I align myself with my people, embracing a noble tradition. I enlist in the work of justice, repairing a broken world. I take upon myself this mitzvah. Wherever you go, be a blessing.
Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai 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 Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Page 29. All of them are travelers, bodies in motion, obedient servants of celestial laws. Moons orbit planets, planets circle stars, stars spin around galaxies, galaxies cluster drawn by dark matter, superclusters flow driven by dark energy. Together, all of us are travelers, bodies in motion, unwitting servants of the flow of time. Within us, atoms vibrate, electrons whirl, and we are changing, aging, spinning our own orbits, drawn together, drifting apart, driven by forces we barely understand. Particles of matter in perpetual motion, we yearn for clarity and calm. Strangely master our own dark energies, and to counter the darkness in our worlds. As we lift our gaze to the starlight, may we lift ourselves to embrace a higher law. Bottom of 31.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Ha'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Ha'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. We read together on page 35. Ve'ahavta for Elul. You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words, inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them, even when they can't. Look at them and listen, even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof, when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love, with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care.
We continue on the next page. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Middle of page 41. When Israel went forth from Egypt, we went forth. Behind us now the speech of strangers, ahead the freedom to speak our own words and discover the holy. Witnessing this, the great sea fled. The river changed its course. The mountains danced like rams, the hills like sheep. Sea, river, and mountains, what has become of you? Why flee, change course? Why dance like rams and sheep? Stand in awe, all the earth. The God of Jacob turns rock to water, stone to a gushing stream. Life changes course in an instant. Sing from the heart, awaken to life's wonders. Micha Mocha, our Song of Freedom, is on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה ולך, נורא תהילות עושה ולך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מחמותך ראו פניך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה ולך, נורא תהילות עושה ולך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Bottom of page 43. Only in you my soul finds quiet. My rescue comes from you. You, my rock, still point of the turning world, I hold fast and will not fall. Page 42.
Our song begins the third line from the bottom of the Hashkivenu. Ushmor tzitenu uvoenu lechayim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam Hashkimeinu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamideinu shomrinu lechayim u'peros aleinu sukat shilomecha me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam u'shmor tzitenu uvoenu lechayim ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם מעתה ועד עולם מעתה ועד עולם השכימנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים פרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך מעתה ועד עולם מעתה ועד
מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם.
Page 47. Shabbat moment. A scarf trailing over the lilac sunset. Fair weather clouds, cirrus, unicis, silk chiffon. Twilight softens the air, whispering, "Come, lie down with me." Together, untie the knots of the will. Loosen your clenched grip, barren hills of bone. Here, no edges to hone, only the palm fallen, open as a rose about to toss its petals. What you have made, what you have spoiled, let go. Let twilight empty the crowded rooms, quiet the jostling colors to hues of swirling water, pearls of fog. This is the time for letting time go, like a released balloon dwindling. Tilt your neck and let your face open to the sky like a pond catching light, drinking the darkness. We continue with our Amidah on page 48, and we have some very special guests to lead us, Marin Bograd and Asher Bograd. Why don't you come on up? We'll give you a little sneak peek of tomorrow morning, which is going to be amazing. We're delighted that they are going to lead us in the Amidah. So if you would rise in body or spirit and turn to page 48.
Adonai, Sifatitach, Yufiyagi Tehilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avutenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Kastim Tovin, V'chonei Ha'kol, V'zoker Chaste Avot V'imahot, V'nei Gula, V'nei V'neihem, Laman Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sava. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechaye Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berakamim Rabbi, So make no fleeing Verofei Kolim, Umatir Asurim, Mukayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Mihamogabal Givurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umkayem Umatzmiach Yeshua V'neam Ata B'chahayo HaKol Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yalelucha sela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated, and we'll continue on page 61.
to shape the world anew. The sea pushes back off the shore, yielding to gravity with a sigh, not a leaving but letting go, a retreat into its own deep fullness. The sun relinquishes its hold on the sky, only to rise once more at daybreak, as the tide rolls back in, a different kind of letting go, an unspooling across the expanse, and we creatures of earth are granted a fresh start, a chance to gather the debris and shape a world anew.
Wholeness is a kind of holiness, the status of perfection. But brokenness demands recreation, a churning cycle of endings and beginnings. The act of pulling hope and brightness from the wreckage, taking the jagged shards and making of them, if not wholeness, a new start of a sacred splendor.
We continue with a moment of personal prayer and reflection.
Page 70. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Yatahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Yatahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Page 76. Even as we celebrate all of our joys of community and Shabbat, of course we are well aware that There are those who are in need of healing in our own lives, in our communities, and our worlds, whether it be healing of the body, mind, or spirit. May the one whose blessings are many heal us and bless us and all who live in the shadow of illness. May God's care bring us comfort and courage. May God's love open our eyes to the faith and compassion around us. May the source of hope and renewal show us the way toward peace of mind, wholeness within, and strength from community. If there is someone you are thinking of who's in need of healing tonight, please share their name as I look around the room. Thank you, David. We're glad you're back here with us tonight. Go ahead. Thanks, David. Thank you. Thank you. God, David. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Michael. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, James. Thank you. And tonight, our congregation is also thinking of Carol Babcock, Donna Berlin, Rosalie Teddybano, Fran Coffey, Adele Cohen, Harold Cohen, Sally Constane, Marilyn Datz, Tom Davis, Devorah Bot-Ruchel, Helena Edwards, Art Fields, Mehmet Guns, Ari Haas, Dr. Randall Haas, Shoshana Haas, Margaret Hare, Mary Hartman, Jules Hildebrand, Barry Kaufman, Robert Kay, Janet Kennedy, Andrea Mitchell, Thelma Need, David Osofsky, Laura Osofsky, Bert Peters, Yuri Polanski, Buddy Pollock, Jean Posen, Randall Rout, Marlene Reb, Sandra Reznikoff, Neil Schreiber, Alex Rosen, Judy Shea, Ruthie Silver, Alan Smith, Nicholas Sobek, Barbara Strindberg, Bernice Tobias, Judy Van Gorder, Joan Waits, Caroline Wenk, Dave Weston, and Marla Stein Johannes. We join together in the middle of page 77 for our prayer for healing, Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Amen. We continue now with our installation of our 2021-2022 Board of Trustees. But of course, before we can look to the future, it's important to honor the past and acknowledge where we've been. So I'd like to invite up our immediate past president, David Kaufman. I don't know if you knew this was happening, but come on up, David. And our current president, Miriam Greenhut, to join me right here at the podium. Come on up, come over here. So I want to just publicly acknowledge and thank David Kaufman, our immediate past president, because I think a lot of presidents have, some surprises, some events that aren't necessarily normal. David, I think, has checked the entire list that we didn't even know existed, basically. David started his term early, so he had an extra long term, lucky him. He has guided us through numerous clergy and leadership changes, staff changes, throw in a global pandemic, really everything. So before we move on and install the new board, we thought it would be nice to just thank David for everything he's done. And I don't usually condone clapping during services, but let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And I think, the tail end of your presidency, at least we're getting into this new amazing stage, and your time and energy and effort is what brought us here. So thank you, David, and we're so grateful to you. And Miriam will present you with a little gift on behalf of all of us. So thank you. So, you want to say, you weren't prepared, but go ahead, please.
No, I'm not prepared at all. But I've never been too short of words. Can you hear me? Is this on?
Yeah.
I just want to thank everybody. And, the president does a lot of work, there's no doubt. And Miriam's in for a great term. But you don't do it alone. You do it with the full board and dedicated volunteers and the congregation as a whole. And the one thing that we have learned over the last 3 years, hopefully, you'll agree, we do things better when we do them together.
Thank you, David. So I'm going to take that back from you. It was a symbolic gift because we have more to do. I'm still going to put you to work one last time as our president. So in a moment, we are going to open the Ark and pass our Torah as a symbol of leadership from David to Miriam. And of course, this also indicates our new board coming in. We want to keep everyone as distant as possible. So I want to read all the names aloud of our incoming board. And when you hear your name, please rise in your seat, and we'll continue by blessing you as well. And to those who are watching over the internet, we're also very grateful for your service. So thank you very much, even though you're not here with us here in the sanctuary. You've put in a lot of time and energy. So thank you to those who are Zooming in as well. So when you hear your name, please rise, and then we will give you our special blessing. Sarah Bloom, Nicole Brown, Cheryl Kovitz, Lonnie Derby, Matthew Edelman, Oleg Fortune, Miriam's up here, Marcus Hale, Jacqueline Hammer, Dr. Ken Horn, Sherry Kaufman, Michael Kaur, Stephanie Levine, James Lawson, Ben Marcus, Adam Marco, Mike Miller, Paul Novak, Brian Pargman, Edie Porter, Kevin Rout, Lori Simmons, Ann Stone, Kendall Sisiski-Valliere, Dan Weinstock, Bob Weston, and Gabby Young. This is our incoming board. So in order to officially install you, even though you've already been doing a ton of work and had a ton of meetings already, will be symbolic. So I'm going to open the Ark, but everyone feel free to remain seated. So this blessing is for our board members who are standing in their seats. So come on up. Of course, we know our Torah is really for all of us,
We keep it in our ark so that we can give it the respect and protocol and honor that it deserves. But this is our book. This is how our people have lived for generations. And when we have our lay leaders like David and Miriam working with us in sacred partnership, there is Torah shared between them. During all those board meetings, even though it doesn't feel like it, that's Torah too. All the committee work, all the phone calls, all the emails, all the check signing, all the forms, that's all Torah, because without all of the board and the president's time and effort, this institution would not be here where it is today. So in order to officially install our new board, I will symbolically hand this Torah to David. It's the light one, you got it. And then you can hand it to Miriam. And for the congregation, got it, please join us in your service handout, because we have a few blessings, and there's an opportunity for all of us to bless our presidents as well. Blessings for the incoming board. May it be your will, Adonai, our God and God of our ancestors, that you guide Miriam Greenhut and our incoming board of trustees safely on their leadership journey as they prepare to engage in the sacred practices of Kehila Kadosha, building sacred community, and Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. May you lead them on their path in peace as they act in partners with you in building a strong and meaningful Jewish community. Allow them to accomplish their goals with joy and with peace, and grant them the insight and the clarity to do their holy work. May their hands be an extension of yours, Adonai, and grant grace, loving kindness, and compassion to them, and in the eyes of all whom they encounter along the way. Blessed are you, Adonai, who watches over our sacred community. Amen. And we'll join together in the Yivarechecha prayer, our ancient words of tradition, which Asher and Marin will also be blessed by tomorrow morning, that have connected our people from generation to generation. You'll see there's a congregational response part, so please join in. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. You sustain us and nourish us with the sacred wisdom and traditions of our people, teaching Torah to us and to our children. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. You work alongside us to bring the light of justice and compassion to God's broken world. May God's face shine upon you, and may God always be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. You bear witness to our lives and accompany us on our journey. You help us elevate our consciousness and search in every hour for God's presence in our lives. For your dedication to our community, may God lift your hearts and grant you wholeness, fulfillment, and peace. Amen. And thank you, and mazel tov to all of our new and returning board members. Thank you so much.
Please join me on the back of your service booklet.
You got it. Here.
We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. L'dor vador nagi God lecha. L'dor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey, that we carry in our heart from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your ways, and the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. The door vador dagi godlecha. The door vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. The door vador, these lips will praise your name.
Thank you all. You can have a seat. Thank you, David. And Miriam will now share some words with us.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
I love that. This is for sure a Shehecheyanu moment for us, and I want to say thank you to all of our board members who have committed to serve. We thank you, we need you, and we're blessed by you. It's perfect timing that we're launching our board experience during Elul, a time of reflection. I would like to spend this time tonight reflecting on our blessings. We have many blessings, and it is our sacred duty as board members and congregants to recognize them, celebrate them, and preserve them for future generations. We are blessed with a wonderful new chapter in our temple life. I am so grateful to be part of this new chapter, together with this board of trustees, Rabbi and Cantor, and this sacred congregation. We are blessed with a strong foundation built from generations of stewardship, people who continually give of their time and their wisdom as well as their financial support. During this past year, we proved that we are capable of doing the hard work to get through difficult times. We are many, and I would like to take a minute to acknowledge you tonight. For those of you who have supported Temple financially, for those of you who are volunteers, have served on a board, have served on a committee, work with brotherhood, sisterhood, or caring committee. If you are a past president, a former board member, if you sing in chorale or F&L, if you have helped with our landscaping or our biblical gardens, please rise so that we can give you a round of applause for your dedication and generosity. And for those of you at home, please give yourselves a loud cheer and a pat on the back. You are blessings to us all, and we celebrate you. We are blessed with a vibrant board of trustees that reflects our congregation well, with a range of differing points of view at different stages in our lives. Thank you to each of you for serving, and I look forward to working with you. This board of trustees has committed to learning new skills and new ways of doing things so that we can help steward Temple forward for the next generation. We are committed to grounding our board discussions in Jewish values, both in what we say, how we speak, and how we listen. We are blessed with opportunity. We are blessed with the chance to build sacred trust with each other and with our clergy. We are blessed to be part of the reform movement that embraces change and can evolve with the times. We are blessed to welcome a new generation of Jews into our congregation who will in turn teach us new ways of doing Jewish. Our best is still ahead, and I look forward to celebrating our blessings with you throughout the year. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Thank you again to David and our past board, and welcome and thank you in advance to our incoming board, and especially to Miriam for all the hard work you've already done for our community. We turn back now to our Siddur, our prayer book, and rise in body or spirit for Aleinu on page 78.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit g'dula yotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor alinu kechol hamona, va'anachnu kormim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. We continue at the bottom of page 85. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at the season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community, and wherever grief touches the human family. Zichron nam livracha, may their memories be a blessing now and always. During the period of Shiva, the 7 days following death, our congregation remembers Jay Fisk and Nancy Wayman. During the period of Shloshim, the 30 days following death, we remember Pearl Ginsburg. And at the Yortzeit, the anniversary of death, we remember Jules Ballenberg, Rosalind Friedman Bashuk, Michelle Brenner, Seymour Brody, Leopold C. Coleman Jr., Robert Cooper, Ben Dinnerstein, Mark Yale Feldman, Lilo Frisch, Harry Gartner, Vicky B. Goldstein, Beverly Stein Goldstein, Sonia Hecht, Martha Isaac, Rhoda Israel, Libby Jaffe, Lillian Kane, Perry Cantor, Carrie Eileen Kleinman, Esther Corman, Isidore Levinson, Gertrude Marsh, Edward Marshall Morgan, Leon Podhorzer Block, Louis Portnoy, Annie Rachelson, Doris Schneider, Jean Schwalbe, Mary Shane Brown, Michael E. Schomer, William Bill Schumer, Bertha Spiritas, Abe Sugarman, Sally Waller, Sidney Wolchuk, Samuel William Wolfson, H. Fred Young. If there's anyone else you are remembering this evening, please rise and share their name as I look around the room. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. We rise in body or spirit as one community and join together on page 86 for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yahei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Please be seated. We're in the middle of page 87.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Hazorim bedima berina yikzoru. Hazorim bedima berina yikzoru. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
I'd like to call up Jacqueline Hammer, one of our brand new trustees, to share with us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Tomorrow morning, we will have Torah study that will be led by Rabbi Glasser at 9 a.m., followed by our Shabbat morning worship. We're going to have a B'nai Mitzvah of Marion and Asher Bograd. On Sunday, August 22nd at 3 p.m., the PJ Library is going to have a virtual program on bees and honey. Tuesday night on Zoom at 7 p.m., there's going to be a Nuyat Taneh Tokef workshop. Join our temple clergy to explore the significant part of our days of awe. We will explore this history and themes of the prayer through the text, study, music, and conversation. Friday, August 27th at 6:30 p.m.,
We will have Shabbat services and pizza dinner at 6 p.m. Saturday, August 28th, we will have our Shikot program and Havdalah at 7 p.m. and service at 9 p.m. Sunday, August 29th at 5:30 p.m., we're going to have our annual congregational barbecue, outdoors fun, friends, games, art, food, beverages, and desserts. And on Sunday, September 12th at 9 a.m., we start our first day of TIR.
Thank you, Jacqueline. It's time for the Bograd family to return to the Bima as we continue with Kiddush and Motzi. Come on up. You can bring all your family who are with you here today and friends. Everyone's welcome. Whoever wants to come up? No? We won't put you to work, I promise. You could just come up and be with your family. It's all good.
You can follow along on page 12.
Just hold on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho mi'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tefillah lemikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'chata ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'arim v'shabbat kodeshecha ve'ahava u'meratzon hinchatanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim to our B'nai Mitzvah family. If you want to just take a little, it's grape juice. So enjoy. And if it's not, you'll sleep better tonight anyway. So awesome. I can just keep holding on or put that down. Perfect. And nicely done. We will continue with the motzi. Marin, why don't you grab that?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
If you want to just tear off a little piece, and you can take it down or take the whole thing, really, if you want. Thank you very much. You can go back to your seats. And we are going to, thank you. We just have one more thing to do. Thank you. We're going to conclude our service with some blasts of the shofar. So we turn to page 89. And if you have any questions about any of the things Jacqueline announced, this is Gonen, if you haven't met him already. He serves many roles here in our temple family, and tonight he'll be blowing the shofar for us. But first we're going to read responsively on page 89. Let us ascend as we hear the call of community, the voice of return. Let us ascend as we feel the pull and power of tradition. Let us ascend toward forgiveness and peace of mind, toward heartfelt change and acts of repair. Let us ascend to the sound of the shofar. Let us enter the gates of teshuvah. Tekiah. Shvarim Trua.
Tekiah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. That was beautiful. Very talented.
Beautiful service. You're so amazing, guys. Thanks. Adorable. Very good.
Thank you. It's fun.
Schleppen,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Got most things to eat. Thank you. Thanks for the math. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Did it? Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah.